Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, Willie Kinyash. If you have not subscribed, kindly enda pale and subscribe. Let's continue building each other. And thank you so much for the love and the support. It's manze, thank you so much. I really appreciate. Yes, and in our last episode, as I was sharing my journey, I talked about starting taking alcohol while I was in class 3. And maybe some of you are wondering, man, how did you start all this? And so this beautiful night, I want us to talk about how I started or how I found myself into alcoholism. And number one, I want to say it was due to having a father who was absent. And he was not just absent because of work, but he was absent taking alcohol. And so I came to a point and felt like this thing must be very sweet. Because if my father is not or cannot be found at home because of alcohol, then this must be something which is very sweet. And that's how I started feeling like, how can I get this thing ata mimi nisikie utamu yake? And of course, you know, pombe sio tamu, pombe sio asali, pombe sio soda. And so finding myself now doing alcohol, it was because of having this man who was absent. And you know, when you're having a father who is absent, there is a damage that comes into this into the children. And so if you're out there and you are an absent father, maybe kwa sababu ya kikazi ama nini, it is always good to talk to your children and explain to them. Let them know why you are not there. Because number one, my dad was absent, but he could not explain to us. And of course, even if he explains, we all know and we can see, yeye ni pombe anaenda kukunywa. So that is why he's not there. And this was not a good thing because in class 3 doing alcohol, of course there are some repercussions that will come in. And I remember at some point, and actually this was like my turning point. There's this time we went somewhere to take alcohol. Hey, did I mention that I reached to a point that now beer haingenilewesha? And so I started doing the things they call makali. And so there's this time I'll never forget, because this was my turning point. It was Christmas. And so we went, there's this young man who told me, twende mahali tukajivinjari, ni Christmas, Yesu amezaliwa, watajua aje. And so we went, we did cham. Cham ni kale unaekeangwa kanatoshana hivi, and you kama umefunga macho, and then after that this guy told me, let's go somewhere and have some fun with some girls. And so when time came to go back home, this guy told me, mahali tulitoka, we can't use that route because it is too far. So from where we are going to find a shortcut. And it was during rainy season. And so the shortcut this guy is talking about, there is a river. And so we need to kuvuka mto. And remember, it is rainy season. And so when we go to the river, so we are now trying to kuvuka. And at some point, nilianguka kwa mto. And I was carried by the river. Don't think that I died. I am here. So I'm not dead. So I didn't die. And what saved me? Remember, we are two of us. We are drunk. So hakuna anaweza saidia mwingine. So this guy, he started kupiga nduru. Woo! And so people came. And before even people came, what saved me? You see these trees zinakuanga zimemea kwa mto. And the Bible, when the Bible talks about you are like a tree planted. Me, I thank God for those trees. because it is one of the tree that ilinishika nguo, and so people came and wakanitoa. And that was my turning point. When I found myself on the other side of the river, I said, I will never, ever again in my life take alcohol. And to my words, since that time, this was in 2005, I have never, sijawahi eka pombe kwa hii mdomo yangu since 2005. It is not that I gave my life to Christ. No, that is not the reason why I stopped taking alcohol. No, but it was that it was that situation I went through. And so I am here to speak to fathers who are absent. When you are absent, maybe you are the person who will cause that daughter, that son, to get into drugs. Maybe some of them, not even alcohol, they'll go beyond and start doing other hard drugs. So why are you absent? Can you justify yourself being absent from your family? And so let us work hard and see that we are present, especially fathers. Let us be present to our children, because when we are present, we are able to speak to them. And let me say this, before your children go out there to look for role models, before they start saying that Willie Kinyash is my role model, may they find role model in you as the father. Let them not go out there to look for role models while you are there. What are you doing? And you know what? You cannot be able to be a role model while you are absent. And so you need to be found there. When they need you, you need to be there. I know maybe some of us, we are absent because of the work we are doing. We are out there on duties. But when you have time, kindly find time and be with your children. Psychologists will say every kid, at least in a day, he requires 8 minutes from the parents. And so you can divide these minutes and make sure when you wake up every morning, before the house help sees your children, you are the first person they will be able to see. When they come back from school, be there. Be there. Maybe you cannot be there because maybe you are not back from work, but make sure when you come back home, you are there, and as you are there, you're speaking positive things into their lives, and this will make sense. Maybe you might feel or think that this is, isi kitu ngumu, but I am telling you the truth. It has been proven. The parents that will spend at least 8 minutes with their kids, there is a certain transformation that happens. So be there for your kids. Be present. When they wake up in the morning, be there. When they are going to bed, be there and speak positive words into their lives. Those words will change their lives. Those words will transform them. Those words will form them, will make them to become responsible men. And so we can transfer responsibility to our children through being there and showing them how things are done. The reason sometimes why you see some young boys behaving like women, it is because they are always seeing their mothers, and so they start behaving like women because the fathers are absent. So let us be present as fathers, and we will be able to transform a whole generation. As you are walking out today to go to work, ask yourself, am I present into the life of my kids? If I am absent, who is present into their lives? Whom are they looking up to if I am not there? And be found, be there, and be consistent. Be there and be consistent. That is the key thing. Be there and be consistent. And you know, with the kind of life we are living today, we must be intentional. And so, are you intentional? Because if you are intentional, I can assure you, you'll be able to be there. and encourage your children. So thank you so much for joining me. This is Willie Kinyash, Dr. Love, and I am sending love to you. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for walking with me in this journey. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, kindly do so. Enda pale, fanya kitu, and share this video with your friends. Let it reach to as many people as possible. Thank you so much. Tuonane in the next one.